Today's part 2 of the 1JZ installation. We left off with the 1J in the car for a test fit, which it's still in, and we're gonna be pulling it back out. We know that the ABS is going to hit, so we're gonna be cutting all those lines, and then we're gonna have to flare them. But I don't know if we're gonna be doing that in this video, but I'll show you guys what you need to do it because we have everything already. And we're gonna be starting to plumb all the power steering lines because we have a full chase base kit that I ordered like 2 years ago for this swap, and it comes with an additional cooler that I ordered. So it's gonna be real nice to have this up front. We're gonna be putting the motor and trans in officially, and we have the wideband that we're going to be wiring through. So we're gonna have a couple things to do. I feel like I'm also going to have to cut open the harness because it's so tight right here that it just looks really ugly. So if I can cut that out and just wrap it instead of using this wire cover that it comes with factory, I feel like I can make it look a lot better. I'm too lazy to put this motor back on an engine stand, so we're gonna just be doing it on the floor. You can see I took off all the electrical tape so I can re-tape it up with a much softer material so I can bend it, because now the wiring does bend a lot easier. Martin's gonna be repairing the pulley that was a little bent. Why do we always hit your car?
Oh no, that's my dresser.
That looks sick.
So much better.
And fitting the world, bro. If you guys are trying to relume your harness or trying to tape things up, you guys don't want to go with the generic ugly gloss tape. You guys can use BMW tape. I believe the supplier is Tessa. They sell like a 2-pack for interior and exterior. The interior is like super fuzzy. It's actually really nice. And this one's more rugged. So I taped up the whole harness going to the main body. I taped up the grounds that normally are exposed just because it looks a lot cleaner that way. And I think we're done when it comes to the engine stuff. We have to plug a couple of fittings because they're normally coolant passages for either the turbos or the throttle body. And aside from that, we're done on the engine. We just got to put on the flywheel and clutch, and I'm going to be reusing the clutch that I installed because honestly this thing looks great, and so does the pressure plate and flywheel. So I'm just gonna be reusing that, throwing in a brand new OEM throwout bearing and a new pilot bearing. We're going with an NA Supra clutch and flywheel. That's what I ended up using when I swapped to a manual, and I'm using the W55. Those things tend to blow up above like 350, but a lot of people drift on them, so it's like mixed reviews honestly. So I want to push this car to 350. I don't know if it's gonna handle it. If we feel like the clutch is slipping, we'll just drop it down to 300. The reason why I'm not upgrading the clutch is 1, drivability, and 2, I want the clutch to slip before the trans blows. So the moment this clutch starts slipping, I'm going to be either getting a W58 or swapping trans and selling this trans because I don't want to blow up the trans if I don't need to. So I want the trans to be stronger than the clutch. Or you can go stage 3 like Martin did on his G.
But yeah, the trans handle it's different.
Yeah, totally different. And this, he does have a CD09 from the G35 still sitting here, which is a massive trans. And they do sell a kit. Serial 9 does make one, so if I do end up going that route, I can. It's just one, expensive, and from what people have told me is they hang really low. So since my car is low, I don't want to be scraping on the trans itself. So that's the only thing that I'm kind of nervous of. Okay, so that's one of them. This is the other one. The power steering cooler is just a metal pipe. It's time to throw it in. We assembled the flywheel, clutch, pressure plate. We have the trans on. Any other thing that we need to redo, I think we could actually redo in the car without much headache. So guess what, we're gonna do that right now. Martin already cut the brake lines down there. We're gonna cut them up from here, but he used dikes, and when you use that, it actually messes them up because it crimps them down. We cut it a little further down so we have some room to actually cut it the proper way, but we're gonna be putting it in this engine bay that's so roomy now. We should probably take this off too.
Yeah.
Take her money, leave her hate. Think that bitch gon' get my name.
it was a success. We have everything in here, with plenty of room on the side. We can actually tilt the motor a little bit to the passenger side if we wanted to, but I think just clearance-wise, I think we're good. So first and foremost, Matt Chires is the one that came out with a video on how to do this. I'm just copying his, so all credit is to him. But these are the exact pieces you're going to need. I was able to find my own solution with his video, but I went to AutoZone and picked up 6 of these, which are 3/18 12-inch lines. I got a 2-pack of these, even though I'm only gonna need 6. The reason why I got a 2-pack is because one set comes with only 5, so I needed the additional one. But these are gonna be what you're gonna flare the brake lines with, because they're the same threading as the original brake lines for the ABS. And then you're going to need 6 of these inverted couplers. So these are gonna be what's going to be connecting the brake lines to your custom brake lines to the ABS unit. So all in all, you're gonna need all this stuff plus a flare tool and obviously a bender. Which we have the bender, but my buddy who had the flare tool, it's for BMW style brake lines, which aren't the ones we need, unfortunately. I thought they're all the same. So I'm gonna have to go get that tool. Everything is practically assembled when it comes to the motor and the trans. Drive shaft's already in. The interior is fully assembled, so we don't have to worry about that. We do have to connect coolant lines and fuel lines. And I think that's it, Martin. We could theoretically start it.
Technically, no, because we still need the fuel pump.
Oh, true, yeah. We're not gonna start it. I don't wanna risk it, especially on a 2J ECU, because it will start, because it's running a 2J harness. And I mean, it'll probably crank, probably won't run, right? Because nothing's really plugged in and dialed in. Jeremiah came over and he's going to be installing a 255 fuel pump.
I don't know wiring stuff.
We do, don't worry, baby boy.
Don't call me that in front of the camera.
AEM is good, don't get me wrong. I know Martin is running on his car and we've never had any issues, but the O2 sensors do tend to fail. All right, see if it fits, because this was 3D printed, so we might have to trim some stuff down.
Who did this?
Don't force it in, it'll crack.
Nope.
No? Okay, so we're just gonna have to send that down.
No, just get a Dremel. Dremel and...
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll just do that. But look how nice this looks. I guess we can just run the wiring through this piece, because we're gonna have my buddy Native Engineering do all the piping, and it should be pretty straightforward. It looked like there was tight clearances here, but we just test fitted with 2.5-inch piping and it fit really good in there. So what we're gonna be doing is just running the wiring through here, funneling it through to the gauge pod. And honestly, I'm not gonna be painting that thing until I get all the gauges in, and then I'll, take it off and paint it. Because 3D printed looks kind of sick like that, so I'll just leave it for a little bit. This long harness is plugging into the O2 sensor. So I need to run it through the car, right? So I showed you guys where we cut it, and I just cut the tiniest slit, and I'm just like pushing it through, and it's actually going all the way in. It's time to add oil. I feel like we're getting super close to startup, but I don't know.
All that working now, you can't even take that tab off.
Did I? Dude, I don't think this motor has had like oil in it for about like 5 years. We ran into a couple of issues with the Chase Base power steering kit. One is I got a fitting that I installed earlier in the video, and they didn't make the hose with the actual AN fitting. They just made a regular hose with a clamp. So I would have had to make it myself, which honestly I could probably do later with Germ, because he knows how to make them, and he's actually shortening one of the hoses right now. I'm gonna be running no power steering cooler. I don't really need it anyways. A lot of people delete them. And Jeremiah's shortening the cable right now. Or cable, hose, my bad, sorry.
It's fine.
Thank you. So he's making his own. He's making his own fitting. Because I am broke now because of this swap, Stephanie designed some cool chibi stickers. So if you guys want to support, I believe they're only $5 on the website. Is that how much I'm selling them for? Pretty cheap. You want to support, buy some other stuff. Link down below. You could pick some up and support the channel, because we really haven't done merchandise in quite a while because we've been so busy. So if you guys want to cop one, make sure to go down there, please.
I wouldn't waste the money on this.
We're pretty whack.
Bitch, the money's going to us. What are you talking about?
Oh, we should buy one.
The fuel pump is all assembled. We have the fuel line that we're still trying to figure out how to set up because it's not long enough. So I'm gonna have to do some digging on what people do for that. The coolant hoses, I can just worry about that later. I don't have to have them plugged in right now. So I guess this is where we're gonna be leaving off. I just got a confirmation that Panic shipped out my order. So my standalone's gonna be coming in this week. So I can come by, plug it in, have it all set up. So that's gonna be super exciting. And I think the next video is when I'll show you guys all of that stuff. But all the little stuff we're not gonna be showing. I might do a video dropping it off and you know he can talk about what he's gonna be doing and then picking it up and getting everything ready to go get it dyno tuned. So that's gonna be really fun and exciting.
You literally blew up a fucking BMW engine twice.
But on that note, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
No one ever really dies. T threw a rag in the sky. She threw it back from the side. I was just losing my mind. You right here telling me